Everything you fear, failure, rejection, loss, has already been solved. The problem is, no one taught you how to use the solution. 2,000 years ago, after losing everything in a shipwreck, a man named Zeno walked into Athens with nothing. No money, no status, no certainty about his future. Most people would have called that the end. For him, it was the beginning. That disaster led him to build one of the most powerful mental systems ever created. It's called Stoicism, and it's not about suppressing emotion. It's not about pretending nothing hurts. It's about mastering your inner world so the outer world loses its power over you. Today, I'm going to show you the core principles that made emperors calm under pressure and slaves mentally free. And if you truly understand this, your anxiety will never feel the same again. 1. The Dichotomy of Control. This is the foundation of Stoicism. Some things are up to you, some things are not. Your thoughts, your actions, your effort, your attitude, your response. Not up to you. Other people's opinions, the economy, the weather, your reputation, the past, unexpected events. Most people suffer because they try to control what is not theirs to control. They try to control how people see them. They try to control outcomes. They try to control timing. They try to control other people's behavior. And when reality refuses to cooperate, they feel frustrated and anxious. Stoicism says something simple but life-changing. If it's not in your control, it's not your responsibility. Imagine how much mental energy you waste every day worrying about things you cannot influence. Now, imagine taking that energy back. That's where peace begins. Not when life becomes perfect, but when you stop fighting reality. 2. It's not the event, it's the story. Epictetus said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Someone ignores your message, fact, they didn't reply, story, they don't respect me. They're ignoring me on purpose. I must have done something wrong. Fact, you failed. Story, I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. This always happens to me. The event is neutral. Your interpretation creates the emotion. Between what happens and how you feel, there is a story. And most of the time, that story runs automatically. Stoicism teaches you to pause and question it. Is this true, or is this my assumption? You don't control what happens, but you control what it means. And when you control meaning, you control your emotional reality. 3. Premeditatio Malorum. Anticipate the chaos. Every morning, Stoics prepared for difficulty, not because they were negative, because they were realistic. They would remind themselves, today I will meet impatience, I will meet arrogance, I will meet selfishness, I will face delays and inconvenience. Why? Because when you expect perfection, you are shocked by problems, and what shocks you controls you. But when you expect friction, you stay steady. Traffic doesn't ruin your mood. A rude comment doesn't destroy your day. A delay doesn't feel like a disaster. You expected resistance. Prepared minds don't panic. They adjust. 4. Amor Fati. Love what happens. Most people tolerate hardship. Stoics embrace it. Amor Fati means love your fate. Not just accept it. Love it. Lost your job? Training? Relationship ended? Refinement. Public embarrassment. Humility practice. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, how can this build me? Every setback becomes material. Every difficulty becomes resistance training for your character. The obstacle isn't blocking the path. It is the path. 5. Memento Mori. You will die. This is the one people avoid, but it's the one that clarifies everything. You are temporary. That argument, that insecurity, that procrastination. If today were your last day, would it matter? Death removes illusion. It exposes what's important. When you remember your time is limited, you stop living casually. You act with urgency. You choose carefully. You waste less time. What Stoicism is not. Stoicism is not emotional numbness. It's not pretending nothing affects you. It's disciplined perception. It's feeling everything, but choosing your response carefully. Stoicism doesn't remove emotion. It removes chaos. 5 ways to apply Stoicism today. Philosophy means nothing without practice. So here are 5 simple ways to apply this immediately. 1. Separate what you control, in real time. When something stressful happens, pause and ask, is this within my control? If yes, act fully. If no, release it completely. Half control creates full anxiety. Either take responsibility or let it go. 2. Audit the story in your head. When you feel triggered, ask, what story am I telling myself? Is it fact or assumption? Instead of they disrespected me, consider maybe they're distracted. Instead of I failed, I'm useless, try I failed. That's feedback. Change the story. Change the emotion. 3. Start your day. Expecting friction. Before your day begins, remind yourself, something will go wrong. Someone will test my patience. Plans may change. Not to be negative, to be prepared. When it happens, you won't be shaken. You'll adjust calmly. 4. Reframe every setback as training. When difficulty appears, say, good. Not because it feels good, because it builds you. Pressure builds strength. Resistance builds discipline. Life is training. Treat it that way. 5. End the day with reflection. Before you sleep, ask, if today repeated forever, would I be proud of how I lived it? Did you control what you could? Did you overreact? Did you waste energy on small things? And remember, your time is limited. Let that sharpen you, not scare you. 2,000 years ago, emperors used this mindset to rule nations. Today, most people struggle to rule their emotions. Stoicism is not outdated. It's underused. The tools have always been here. The question is, will you practice them? Stay unbothered.